Masking is a protective method using tape or paper to mask surfaces requires no decoration, and it is used to protect adjacent surfaces during grinding, spraying, or polishing. In this video, we will introduce the shelter case of the common masking cases of vehicle body parts and the constructional precautions. And we hope that you can master the relevant masking skills and apply them reasonably in operation. Remove the assembled parts. Mask the opening sights on the vehicle body, and inner tape affixing shall be conducted from the back of steel panel, and the tape shall be affixed with overlap. To affix a tape from the outside, you shall first stick along the edge to reduce the size of the hole, and then affix a tape from the middle of the outer hole. At the places allowing easy accumulation of paint, to prevent paint to adhere to the panel edges caused by masking paper permeated by paint, the masking paper can be folded into 2 layers before it is affixed with tape. Masking a gap between steel panels. Method 1. When using the gap tape, remove a section of gap tape that is approximately 20 millimeters longer than the distance from the top to the bottom of the door, and affix a tape along the edge, and leave an edge of about 10 millimeters at the upper and lower ends. As shown in the figure, the gap tape is elliptical, and gap tape will contact the door edge when the door is closed, such that the tape will mask part of the surface to be painted. Leave a rough edge on the coating and have the edges exposed. On the other hand, if there is a gap between the door and the tape, the paint will enter into the interior of the vehicle. Therefore, be sure to check and confirm that the gap tape faces correctly. Method 2. To use masking paper, remove the shielding paper that is about 400 millimeters longer than the edge of the steel panel of the door, and mask the front inside. Use the door sealant as the boundary. Affix the masking paper on the inner side of the door and spread it out. When you affix the masking paper, leave a margin of 100 millimeters on the top and fold it forward from the bottom. Remove the adhesive tape from the bottom. Remove a section of tape approximately 200 millimeters longer than the distance from the door bottom to the window frame, and affix the tape along the outer and stick the adhesive tape along the outside bulge on the rear steel panel of the door. Mask all assembled parts that are not removed and leave a gap of the width approximately identical with the thickness of the coating between the tape and the unpainted surface. If no gap is reserved, paint will give rise to single coating, and the tape cannot be torn apart thoroughly. On the other hand, if the gap is too big, the paint will adhere to the gap. Mask the glass protection strip directly contacting the surface to be sprayed. Insert the window edge masking tape between the protection strip and the surface to be sprayed, and pull it towards the glass and affix the tape simultaneously. To affix the window edge tape, insert and affix it in several parts. Shear the tape to be struck on the curved part into small pieces so as to make the work easier. After spraying, if the adhesive tape is removed after the protection strip gets cool, the protection strip cannot be restored to its original shape and gives rise to a gap. The tape shall be removed when the coating is still warm. To apply midway primer, affix masking paper to the steel panel and then fold it back to reduce the size of steps outside the application masking scope. Normal occlusion will give rise to steps along the coating boundary. By folding back the masking paper, it is possible to reduce the amount of paint mist on the spraying boundary, achieve natural transition from the old coating to the new coating. This masking method is referred to as reverse masking. Clean and degrease the panel prior to masking. If that part to be sprayed has a car body line, perform reverse masking at the part of the body line, affix tape on the body line, and fold back the masking paper at the convex part of the body line, so as to set up boundary on the steel panel and aid to reduce the spraying zone. To perform local repair at the rear fender or the like, reverse masking at the edge of the repair zone can obtain smooth coating transition free of steps and facilitate polishing. After masking, it will be difficult to conduct degreasing and cleaning. Therefore, it is necessary to conduct cleaning and degreasing before masking, and adopt reverse masking so that there is a gap between the steel panel and the masking paper. Finally, through the introduction of the above contents, we hope that you could know well the common masking cases of and precautions for vehicle body, and keep in studying and exploring in the future practices.